This offender is someone's neighbor, they are someone's friend.
A possible serial killer on the loose, the connection between the victims. And the legal consequences of breaking a window to save a hot child or pet, if it's not your car. And the coolest places around Austin to visit on these long, hot summer days. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kris Betts, joined by meteorologist Nathan Gogo in the Weather Center. And Nathan, we did officially hit the first 100-degree day of the summer, and we've been talking, it's unusually early for us as well.
Yeah, typically we don't hit 100 degrees, believe it or not, until July. And today not only was the first 100-degree day, but it tied all-time records for today to date at 101. That's set back in 2008. So again, tying it not only at Camp Mabry, but the airport as well, 100 degrees, tying that record set back 20 years ago on this day. It is still warm out this hour. 10 o'clock, 90 degrees. How about that? 91 in Westlake, 83, slightly cooler out towards Oak Hill. And you widen the view, about the same story. 91 in Llano, 89 in Bastrop. Georgetown, good evening to you, coming in at 89. So we dropped right about in the upper 70s, near 80 degrees by the time we're all said and done this evening. Here's the good news. A couple things to talk about for tomorrow. Slightly cooler temperatures, also a few storms to cool things off for some folks. We'll talk more about that coming up in a few minutes.
And we'll take any relief we can get. Thank you, Nathan. We have to remind you all just in case, so please stay hydrated out there. Listen to your body. If you're thirsty, you are already dehydrated. Watch out for your pets as well. If the asphalt's too hot for your hand, well, then it is too hot for your pet's feet. And we wanted to know what happens if you see a child or a dog locked in a hot car. Are you allowed to break the window? Well, legal expert Gerald Tree says if you broke the window, you could face civil liability and you could be sued for the cost of the window. Lawmakers considered a bill during the past session that would have exempted, quote, Good Samaritans, but it didn't pass. So we can verify that technically, no, you're not allowed to break a window, but there's a good chance that you'll be able to avoid punishment if it's done to save a life. Sorry to break it to you if you just moved here, but there are a lot of hot days ahead. It's not even officially summer. So we sent our own Patrick Perez to find the best place to cool down on a hot summer day. Patrick, where'd you end up today? Tough job.
Well, Kris, despite how hot it was today outside, and trust me, I was not wearing this jacket this afternoon because it was that hot, but still there were plenty of people outside, and so we decided to go to a place we are very lucky to have here in Austin. It's called Zilker Park, just in case you haven't heard of it, and this is a place where the water that flows through it all year round stays pretty cool.
The water, the fun, the nature. It's what makes Boren Creek one of Austin's most beautiful spots year-round, even more so on a 100-degree summer day.
You hop in and you're immediately cold, so it cools off your body temperature. And then you get out and you stay pretty cool.
Samantha Carroll is enjoying a nice afternoon under the shade. She's no stranger to the Austin summer heat, living here for 4 years. But despite how hot it is outside, it's much cooler here than home.
My air conditioning is broken in my house, so I wanted a good spot to cool down. And I know that the water's really, really cold down here, so I come and I spend a couple hours here and then I go back.
Like many others, Carol is taking any chance she can to escape the heat. And for Sanjana Mahaptra, who's visiting from Houston, a ride on the water is her escape.
We went kayaking. That was pretty cool, actually, yeah. Because you tend to get wet a little bit, so it does help cool off.
And we're not the only ones trying to cool off either. Some dogs take a swim, others take a nap under their tree. Each one of us knowing, despite how unbearable the summer heat can be, there's no better place to be.
Now, if you do decide to brave this summer heat, of course, bring with you lots of water and sunscreen, because EMS says despite all that time you spend on the water, you can still suffer from dehydration and even heat exhaustion. We are live in Austin tonight. I'm Patrick Perez, KVUE News Night Beat.
Thanks, Patrick. That water sure did look good. Well, the heat didn't make anything easier, certainly for firefighters in eastern Travis County today. An electrical malfunction started a shed fire, according to the Austin Fire Department. The crew was able to knock down the fire, but that shed is gone for good. The couple accused of plotting a local jeweler's death could be in court by the middle of the month. According to court documents, 19-year-olds Nicholas Shaughnessy and his wife, Jacqueline Edison, are set to appear in court on June 19th. Travis County Sheriff's detectives say Shaughnessy and Edison allegedly planned to kill Shaughnessy's parents. His father, Ted, was found dead from multiple gunshot wounds when an intruder broke into his home on Oliver Drive in southwest Travis County on March 2nd. His mother, Corey, survived that incident. Both Shaughnessy and Edison are now charged with criminal solicitation of a capital murder. That is a first-degree felony. Police in Phoenix and Scottsdale, Arizona, investigating 4 murders this week. On Thursday, a well-known forensic psychiatrist was shot and killed, then 2 paralegals on Friday, and today, a 4th man also found shot. ABC's Elizabeth Herr shares the latest concerns in that community about a possible serial killer on the loose.
Police in Scottsdale, Arizona, confirming the murder of 2 paralegals is connected to the murder of a notable forensic psychiatrist outside his Phoenix office.
We have been able to tie or basically determine that the shooting on First Street is related to the shooting of Dr. Stephen Pitt. 2 female victims shot at the law firm where they worked on Friday. Then on Saturday, Scottsdale police responded to the scene of another homicide. A male victim apparently also shot to death. Right now, we do not know if the shooting at the business behind us is related to the previous 2 shootings, but we are working closely with Phoenix Police Department. It is still unclear if the first victim, Dr. Stephen Pitt, was targeted for his high-profile work. Pitt has consulted on numerous cases, including the death of JonBenet Ramsey in 1996 and the Jodi Arias trial.
This offender is someone's neighbor, they are someone's friend.
Pitt's friends say he was aware those high-profile cases could attract the wrong kind of attention.
When he went places, he looked around, he was cognizant of who was around him.
Witnesses reported hearing Pitt arguing with someone around 5:30 Thursday evening, followed by gunshots. Authorities in Phoenix have so far released a sketch of the suspect in Pitt's murder and announced there is a cash reward for the killer's capture. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
An Austin area teenager still missing tonight. The Williamson County Sheriff's Office is looking for 14-year-old Tom Voyron. Voyron was last seen Thursday evening near Raton Creek Park wearing a blue shirt and gray shorts. If you see him, please contact authorities. And in case you missed it, Cat Metro making some big changes to their bus routes starting tomorrow on Sunday. Cat Metro is getting rid of 15 routes across the city. 13 will be replaced with alternatives, so in total, Capital Metro is adding 8 high-frequency routes that run every 15 minutes. Cat Metro volunteers will be at the bus stops throughout the city until June 6th to answer any questions that you may have about those changes. And of course, for more information, you can always head to our website. Well, some people say music heals the spirit a little bit. St. David's Children's Hospital launching a bedside music program for hospitalized kids and teens.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine.
Like that twang, My Music RX works with kids of all ages and diagnoses to help them relieve stress and anxiety. To celebrate the launch with St. David's, the hospital held a private concert. Volunteer musicians go through special training to learn music medicine techniques for kids. The hospital is the first facility in Texas to use this bedside music service. A local coffee shop's proving it can still make a profit while having an all-inclusive staff. Plus,
because I never thought in my entire life that my dad was gonna.
You can see it's a hard reality for this daughter to face. Her father injured in a bad accident. Tonight, though, her family has new hope thanks to the work of Austin volunteers. That's still ahead on KVUE. Their trust is earned.